Hi you guys, and happy Valentine's Day. I just cannot keep away. I keep saying I'm done crafting for Valentine's Day and I just come back with more. So today I created this and I love it because if you look up close, there is like plaster and gold leaf on it. So I have created a video for you. I tried it out and I'm like, I'm gonna video this just in case it turns out cool so I can show my fellow crafters. So anyway, I've made a video, so here it goes. Hope you like it. Okay, so we are starting out with these three fabulous blues. They're some of my favorites. It's Aqua and Key West and this darker blue called Peacock. And I am using a 5x7 flat canvas board. I have a ton of these on hand because I always paint them. And today I just decided to play around with my gold leaf and some spackle plaster paint that I got. And I just wanted to create something. So I started out with this heart. And it actually kind of turned out fun. So like I said, I'm just going to bring you along today. And I can never paint a plain canvas. Like taking one color and just painting one plain color because it's just way too boring for me. So I guess it depends on what you're going to put on the top. But I have a few colors and just to give it a little bit more character in the background and just a little bit more moody feel. So then I'm just going to take the spackle, and this spackle is pink, and as most of you probably do know, that when it dries it turns white. So it looks really cool right now because it's pink and it matches the Valentine's Day, but I know that it's going to turn white, I'm pretty sure. So I'm probably going to come back with my paint, and there may be a better way to do this, but I am starting with just the plaster. I've seen other ways that you can do this, and you take a thicker paste and you can mix the paint in with it. But I just found that I just think that this is easier to give your thick base. So because I do so many Valentine pieces of art with the one heart in the middle, I wanted to add a couple little hearts on the edge, but this got kind of small. So I just did one little heart on the bottom just to give it, you know, a little bit more character to the piece of art. And as you can see, I am so not professional in some of these. I'm using a nail file. I wish I had a little spackle brush, but because I've never really done spackle, I don't have any like your technical spackle stick to use. So I literally just use a nail file. So I had that on hand and I had a few of them. So you kind of just have to go with what you have in the house, and then you just kind of make the most fun creations. So I hope that gives you a little confidence not to always have to use the right thing. But then I'm taking this really awesome gold leaf. I have some of this always on hand, and I don't use it all the time, but when I do, it really turns out cool. So if you've not used this, it's just the finest thin piece of paper. And I realized later on in the video that it might have been easier to come back at the end with the gold leaf, but it still turned out neat. And I wanted the gold leaf to stick to the part that was wet. So I was also sticking it around the edge after my canvas dried, and it stuck well, just not quite as good as if that paint were wet. So you can kind of keep that in mind. But it all turned out okay, and I just love the look of this because it was real spotty and a little messy, but just turned out really cool. So I'm just taking some of the plaster and adding a little dimension and character to the piece of art and straightening out my heart, and I'm going to let it dry and see how it turns out. So this is what it looks like. It's all white, and it's got that real 3D effect with the plaster. So I am just bringing my paint in and just very lightly going over those white parts of the heart. And I have a lighter pink that's got a little glitter in it and a hot pink. So this one's called magenta. And I'm just kind of blending the two and working my way around the heart and painting a little bit with a really light coat because that spackle really is more porous and is grabbing a lot of the paint. So I almost could have watered this down a little bit, but I just lightly brushed it and kind of worked my way around the gold. And this is the part where I wish maybe I had done the gold leaf over it, but it actually turned out okay. And I just covered up, added some more gold leaf to the pieces that were too covered with paint. But I got it to where I liked it. So I liked the mix of the two pinks, and then I love the look of it, you know, with the pink against the turquoise. So I hope that you like it too. And this just really gives you an idea of your art going forward. So if you want to try something like this, even for Easter, since this is the last day of Valentine's Day, you can do eggs and bunnies and all kinds of things. So I really kind of did a practice round to do more things for spring. So I hope that you can follow along with this and try some yourself. And, you know, the gold leaf may not look best on everything, but I really thought it did well on this heart. And some of the white plaster spots I just left because I like the white look and it just looked kind of messy and kind of different. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.